Hello, everybody. Welcome into tonight's show, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock. We've got David Roman Ventures in. Excellent. Andrea, we'll just flick through. Uh, yeah. Some, yeah, I'm dyslexic, so some of the names I can't shout out or read. Carl something, Mayers. Carl Myers, yeah, that's it. Carl Myers, or something like that. We've got Mark there. Excellent. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're all doing well. And yeah, let's get our first guest in. Well, I wouldn't call him a guest. He's just part of the show now, aren't you, Matt?
I'm just part of the furniture, unfortunately, yeah.
You're not. It's not just part of the furniture. You're part of the show.
I'm part of your abandoned building.
Yeah. They've got you in a science room, and they've got me in a brick wall room. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have. It's great to see everyone coming in.
Hey.
They put a video out this week. There was a big fire on the Trafford Centre. Do you hear about it, Matt?
I might have done, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Basically, loads of smoke went down, filmed what I could do. And basically, when I got there, the flames were down, but loads of smoke, and they just filmed all the action, what's going on. I did get permission to go up to a certain point. So when I got there, I had a word with the fire chiefs, and they said, yeah, I can go up to the line then, where the tape is, and started doing my filming and done what's what. They even had a Salvation Army there, canteen for the fire crew. I never knew they did that.
Mm.
Yeah. Apparently, on big events like that, a big fire, they're quite common to go out and notorious give refreshments to the workers, especially in hot heat and stuff like that.
Mm.
Got to see around a couple of fire wagons and bits and bobs behind the scenes.
You think the
And
fire brigade would just bring their own pizzas, like, and just chuck them in the building for a minute, you know?
yeah, roast potatoes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, you got a fire there, and you might as well make use of it.
got Squirrel there. Mike's in the house as well. Dadsy, excellent. Nice to see you in. Yeah. Basically went and filmed what I was doing. I was doing my outro, and then this copper came up saying, "Oh, you're not allowed to be down there." I was like, "What?" I tried to explain, and he was just talking over me. He was like, "Yeah, just let me talk and finish the conversation before you go
Yeah.
on."
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yawned and just ignored him and carried on with my film. Pretty much.
They don't feel. They don't feel like they're justified, unless they're doing something important, So they've got to like tell everyone what to do
Yeah,
at all times. Like we can't
that's
think
it.
for ourselves.
Oh, your own health and safety. I said, that's why I asked, mate. You know what I mean? I've got more PPI on than the officer did. That and all stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, you didn't like it, and what you call it? No,
They
they
don't
just
like
didn't.
it up them.
No, he said you didn't ask me, did you? I went no, but it wasn't him who asked. If you watch a video, we're marking up near Salvation Canteen. I said, right, I'm done now, mate. To an officer in a blue jacket who let us down there in the first place. It was him and another guy. So I was going up to the front line to let him know that I'm going now, so I didn't have to keep an eye on out for us or concerned. And out of respect, you know what I mean, for letting us down there.
Mm.
Then this other officer's coming up saying, "Oh, you're not allowed down there," and just all that. Threw his weight about, just ignored him, carried on filming like a skip wagon that came down. Had extra hose pipes and all sorts in it. It
Mm.
was like a transformer. it looked like a skip, but when it was down, it like split in half and with different compartments in. Yeah. So I filmed that. Then it was going. Then I turned the camera off by that time. Then I seen the other officer coming up towards the other one. So what I done, I shouted down to him and said, "Oh look, I'm going now, mate." So he's like, "Yeah, yeah," and the other one, "No, you go." And then basically the one in the blue with the blue high vis thing on, I had a quick word with him, and he walked off. The other guy, and there's a guy walking past with a camera, and I was talking to some lad with a on a electric scooter, like a trike. I said, "Oh, I wonder whether he works for the BBC." And the police officer who had an attitude with us turned around and said, "What you say?" I said, "Oh, I just wondered whether that guy there works for the BBC, one with the big camera. Why?" He went, "Oh," and just walked off like that. But yeah, I didn't film none of that. But I did get one nasty comment, but I'm not either commonly a plum. But obviously, they're a plum for not watching the full video and listening to the words I had to say. Like, I'm finished here now, but to the relevant police officers that I did speak to. Know what I mean? Just because he didn't speak to that one, he got in his eye arse and didn't like it. But no,
Mm.
all rant out. Yeah, it was a good video. I enjoyed it. I jumped on the lad's electric scooter then. I went flying down the road on it and back up and filmed myself on it and stuff like that. So it was pretty good. Well, he wasn't from the area. He came out of the area, Brookside area. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I've got nothing about people from Brookside area. Know what I mean?
No prejudice here.
No, not from my side anyway.
He treats all backwards estates the same.
Well, like you see on the video, you watch the full video. I'm nice and polite to everyone, and everyone's talking to us. And as soon as I get a bit of attitude from someone, I just give it them back. It's how you chat to someone. No, you treat someone you want to be most treated yourself. He wants me to listen to him, but let him listen to me. So, Storms is in the house. Excellent. Have you shared the link out, Matt, by any chance?
I haven't yet. No, I was just about to. As you said that, I was literally copying and pasting it.
Yeah. So I believe you got a few videos done this week.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, I've done quite a few. Yeah, I've been down to Plymouth with 2K, and I did a pub near Swindon and a warehouse yesterday. Did I do something else? I think I might have done something else as well. I've forgotten now. Yeah, I think I got about 6 videos this week done. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Yeah, no one's contacted me about this trip about Stockport. I need to know now. And basically, it's 16 places up for grabs. And if you're up for it, and you want to come it as a trip in Stockport, you've got to make your own way to Stockport. And then we'll go to have like a meet up of it in Stockport Town Centre and go for a little tours of Stockport basically. It's got to be an air raid shelter, a public air raid shelter where you pay to go in, and it's all inclusive in the flat price that I'm putting out there. That's it there. Then there's a tour at the Plaza Cinema in the Stockport itself, dating back to the early 1900s, and yeah, all accesses. You can go behind the scenes into the projector room and see the old projectors and the new projectors and stuff like that. Pretty much the video I did over a year ago now. And also, we've got the Hat Museum, if you want to go to the Hat Museum there. And then we've getting a minibus that will be paid for by me to travel the people who've turned up and wants to do the full visit can go then up to the ROC post, which is a nuclear war bunker basically for World War III. And it's been in this man's possession for years now, and it was his own ROC post where he was based. So basically, he's kept it in pristine condition, or he's done it up to the original condition, and it's like a little museum now. And we've got a tour there as well. That's in a paid location, and you get it in there as well. And so it's basically you get in the 2 paid locations and a minibus there and back, and a nice little tour of Stockport. What's that one saying? Yeah, we're in the Stockport. What's that say, Matt?
They have a gigantic pear drop.
Somewhere in. I'm
Is
not
it like
too sure.
a statue or something? Is it
I'm not too
in the
sure. I'll
shape
have
of
to check that.
a pear? Yeah, that's a good one to put up. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I'm Matt there. Yeah. We got, yep, everyone there.
Yeah,
look.
put it up again.
Yep. Hello, everyone, and all that. It's great to see everyone coming in. And if you know you're in the channel, we just talk about anything and anything on Tuesdays and just have a bit of a laugh. And yeah. So basically, if you're interested in this little tour, if you're about Manchester area and you can get up on the date, it's the 16th of next month, May, isn't it? May next month.
May, yeah.
Yeah, 16th of May, which is a Saturday. Pardon me. So basically, just drop us a message in the chat, in the comments after the live stream, or in the live stream after the chat, and I'll get back to you. And if it sounds good for you and feasible for you, it'll be a great day out. So come and do it. Why not? I will. Oh, there's Adrian. Nice to meet you, mate. But yeah, there's got to be a minimum of a certain amount of people going to make it pay for the minibus and ordering, because they can't do nothing about the price on the minibus. So there is a minimum of people who need to come with us or pay to get the minibus going, and basically, and it will all work. If not, we can just throw it out there and meet up, and for the people who are interested, they'll have to make their own way down to the ROC post. But like I say, I'm trying to put it on for a few people. We'll throw it out to my members only. And obviously, some of the members are all over the country, so obviously I didn't get a great response from there. So I'm throwing it out to everyone now on the live chat. So if anyone wants a day out, see the urban legend and a little history tour of Stockport and places around there and whatever, let us know. That's about it. They're the 2 main things I've had. I have to say this week. Apart from that, I hope everyone's doing well and stuff. And yeah, Daniel's in the house as well. Yeah, Daniel, nice to see you.
Hello, Mr. Alok.
Yeah. I'm getting my other videos out back to normal now. Like I say, I'm getting another one out this weekend. Last weekend was that fire one, and I thought throw it out quick while it's fresh, and why not? And it just overtook me other video that I was doing. The next video I'm putting out is the return of the storm drain. So yeah, I think everyone knows what I'm talking about that one. So that's nearly done. I've just got to finish it off and throw it out there. And I hope you all will enjoy that one. What are you guys' thoughts on the who's that?
There's American scientists. There's a lot of them have disappeared, been killed, committed suicide, but was it really suicide and all this sort of stuff? And they're kind of like trying to make a link between them and see whether or not there's some sort of darker thing going on, whether they've been offed.
Yeah, there's quite a few that like disappeared. And is that Dee Wilcock, the one with the T-foul head that you was talking about last week?
Yeah, T-foul head. Yeah, David Wilcock committed suicide. He had a lot of money problems, apparently. But people found it quite surprising because, you know, he hadn't given any impression that he was depressed on that level, and he was making plans to do things and telling people about things that were up and coming, and then he just killed himself. Apparently, shot himself in front of police, came to his door with a gun, and then shot himself.
So, yeah, that's something new we've not heard before, or I've not. So does that stop the conspiracy theories? Or was it mind controlled, or does it open more doors? Who knows? But yeah, it seems a bit weird. And I did notice it was when a certain program came across on my monitor. I thought, oh, there's that guy, like you said, Mr. D. Wilcock.
David Wilcock, yeah.
I think it took him till the next day, basically, for that fire to get put out proper. The flames were gone by the time I was there, but a lot of smoke was coming still. And the news reporters were there at 6 o'clock, local news. And yeah, they're still damping it out like then. So I assume it was like the next day, and I've not heard anything why it was caught on fire. All I do know it was some sort of yard, a rubber yard or tyre yard or warehouse like that, something to do with rubbers. Yeah, possibly tyres, yeah. Why is my alarm going off on my phone? That should be doing that. Yeah, thanks, Will. So that answered the questions, yeah. So like you say, this is what the live stream's for, basically. So if you watch a video and you've got any questions about it, throw them out to us, and I'll try and answer all the questions as possible as it can be, or to my knowledge at least. And yeah, it's just to get to know the people behind the camera a bit more than you would just by watching the camera and watching films. So it's just a bit more relaxed, and yeah, get to know the people who are behind the camera. So yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and bleeding hell, last week you hammered the thumbs up. 150 thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. I was like, wow. So I wasn't expecting that. It was so great to see. Yeah, it was amazing.
Daniel O'Luck's asking me what's the background behind me. Well, what it is the demons that have been extracted from the heads of copper thieves, and they've been put into secure containment facilities, you know, so that you know, this is what's going on inside the mind of copper thieves that go to these places. It's these entities here, but don't worry, they're securely contained now. So there's a few less copper thieves out there who'll be desperate to take copper because we've got them secure facility underground.
Yeah, I like that one. Copperheads. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder whether they do drink copperheads. Know what I mean? That cider or any other one, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so, have you got any plans this year for your boat? McBoat face?
I was going to take it out to see if it's all right. Take it out and possibly take a few people over to some of the spit forts. Well, one of the spit forts that you can still access, and they can go and have a look then, see what they think of it. You know. But not got many plans really. There's not much I can think of that we could go and visit, but I might do. I might give it a go somewhere.
Yeah. Because, like you say, you run out of places, really.
Ideas, yeah.
Go, and especially wherever you're based or wherever you're going from. So you've got to look for other ports where you can find something interesting.
Yeah. The hotel forts have got an injunction on them, so people are not allowed to go on them anymore. Otherwise, they'll be in contempt of court and they will be prosecuted. So you can't get on them now, apart from the one that's still the old, the Victorian one, which hasn't been developed. They haven't put an injunction on that one.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. They mostly come out at night. Yeah. Like vampires. They dig into the veins of the building, suck them dry, and then take the veins and then weigh them in for £8,000 a ton. Bleeding hell.
Mm. Yeah, but think how many hundreds of buildings you'd have to destroy in order to get that ton of copper. Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of damage you cause. I don't think. Oh, yeah, that hotel one you said is under the. Oh, didn't it? The one you did.
Yeah, one of the spit forts. There's Horse Sands and Spitbank Fort. Those are the ones I think that are no longer allowed. And there's also an injunction on the Oasis in Swindon.
What's that?
The Oasis is an old swimming pool.
Oh,
and
so.
it has the sort of slides, and things, but it's under a big dome. The Oasis is quite famous in Swindon, but I've never actually been in there, but can't do it now because there's an injunction on it.
And what's the injunction for? Anyone or thieves or
anybody who's caught in there after the date of the injunction will automatically be arrested and prosecuted for it.
Yeah, so it covers everyone basically.
Yeah.
The Green Fort's not, though, is it? Not at the moment because it's.
No, the Grain Fort's not. No, I mean, nobody seems to care about that. But I think somebody purchased one of the hotels and they were getting a bit sort of uppity about people going there, but they're not living on it. So it's kind of like they purchased it just to leave it sit as it is, which, and then they wonder why people try to get on these things. It's because you're not fucking using it.
Yeah. What's happening with the Sands forts? The Red Sands, is it?
Well, they're just decaying, and they'll continue to decay until they fall into the sea because nobody's going to take care of them. There's no plans.
Them? Doesn't the MOD still own them or someone?
No, they got sold off, I believe, and there was it might be that it's reverted back to the council, but they're not going to put any money into it because I don't think they can really do anything with it. They can't get people out there, and so they're not going to spend money on it. I think they'll probably unless somebody who's got stacks of money and happens to be a lover of that sort of stuff wants to rejuvenate them, it's going to cost probably multi-millions to do it, because they're rusting from the inside out, so yeah.
Are they in the UK waters basically, or is it just outside, or what is it?
Yeah, it's 6
Because
miles,
there's
6 miles from shore.
Yeah.
6 miles from shore, but that's within the UK's. It's 12 miles is the limit for international waters around the shoreline, I believe.
So what's that little island a bit further up? I've forgotten the name of it. Someone lives there now and claimed it as their own island.
Yeah, that
Is
one.
that the same fineness as the abandoned place, or further?
I'm not sure if it's nearer or further away, but that's Sealand, it's called.
And isn't that still in British waters then?
Yeah, that's a little bit different because it's a concrete structure, so it's not suffering from the rust. So that one has done a little bit better than those other ones. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Sealand is the province of Sealand. I've actually got a thing that makes me a lord. I got it from there because they claim that they're an independent nation. So
yeah, they're allowed to do whatever they want on that little bit of land, even though it's in British water.
Yeah,
It's a bit weird how they got hold of it and claimed their own land. They're just thinking, can't someone do with that like a fort, like Green Fort? Because obviously that's in our waters, but no one gives a poo about it.
Yeah, well, Green Fort,
people do right in the middle of it, don't they? Give a crap.
Green Fort is different because I mean you can actually walk out to it, and this other one you've got to get a boat to get out to it.
But so someone could claim them rusty structures then and just start work on them.
Hello, Mr. Pompey. How are you doing? Well, I don't know how they did actually claim it, whether they purchased it or whether they just, took it over. But I mean, it was used for pirate radio at one point. So, as was the Red Sands forts. They were used for pirate radio for many a year. Yeah. I think it was London Radio was transmitted from there. It was called London Radio.
Not too sure, but I remember it being a party radio station.
Yeah.
Ringway Manchester did a thing about it, I think.
Mm.
Do you ever contact you about that device you got for him?
No. No.
No. I gave Martin a quick message because he knows him as well. He's got his number, so I told him pass the message on. And
I'm not actually sure where they are now, even to be honest. Since I had to move everything round, I've kind of lost quite a few things. I can't find a number of things now. So. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Red Sands fort were the army style forts, and they were the other one, which is Sealand, is classed as a navy style fort. So that's the concrete one.
But both of them are still British property in a way, aren't they? In a way, until that guy claimed his.
Yeah. Red Sands Radio operated 2007, 2008. They put a radio station on there, but it operated on a 28-day license. But yeah.
Good day down under. It's the Hunter.
Hello, Dan.
You know, Chelsea.
The Buzzer Pirate was live last weekend, playing Over the Top of the Buzzer. What's the buzzer? What does the buzzer mean?
That's the signal, wasn't it? No, like the cuckoo signal. So a buzzer one as well.
Well, if it's on the shortwave band and it's to do with the Russian radar, it might be somebody playing music over the top of that, perhaps. Yeah, trying to jam them out of it.
And have you ever been on pirate radio station?
Oh yeah, I had a pirate radio station myself for a while. Yeah, I did actually transmit from Bristol a few times, and at protests, letting people know where the protests were and what was going on.
You have a colour felt for that ever?
No, I had it set up in a van, and the van, I put a generator outside the back of the van and parked it on a roundabout with road cones. So basically, the police were driving past us all the time, and they just thought, "Oh, we must be workmen or something," you know?
Yeah. Funny that. Good back in the old days, eh?
Yeah.
Saying that, we got away with loads of mad stuff back in the old days, didn't we, as kids and young youths, and yeah.
A
lot of the stuff you used to do then was just, I don't know, just like we do now, abandoned buildings, but it seems more naughty as a kid, don't it? You're not supposed to be there at all, and I don't know, still enjoy it now because you still got that feeling, don't you? Not many people seen this place or done this place or whatever. So, yeah. But
yeah,
like
Tom
back in the day, yep, there he is. Got him up there. Back in the day, I used to have a motorbike, and I used to go out on that all day basically. And we didn't go down the roads; we just went across the fields, and basically we'd get across Manchester, Middleton, Rochdale, anywhere without going on roads. But since the council, everyone started closing the green paths down or the green areas with barriers. That's where a lot of more accidents happen on the road now because kids are getting chased and they don't want their pride and joy lost by the police crushing it. And there's been quite a few deaths of that. But yeah, back in the day, it used to be all sorts. You used to just be able to leave your car unlocked and stuff like that and not be worried. But yeah, used to be able to get up to all sorts. I remember going up on an old church again, and it had a steeple, a roof, no, really like a steeple roof, that sharp. And I climbed right up to the top of it, and I could see, I was in Failsworth, so I could see Oldham, and could see Manchester. And it was nice clear day, looking up there, and up there for about a minute or two, if that. And then I could could see blue lights and hear sirens coming. Who went right past me like that, boom, then right up to the other church. I thought, I think they might be here for me. So came back down, and we just sat in the garden there, the church garden. And has anyone been up there? Says, I believe so. I don't know what. I don't know. I said something. But yeah, just good old days. You used to be able to just go around, do whatever you want back in the 6 weeks holidays, and that weren't causing damage or nothing. It was just looking out for your kids, aren't they? Back in the day, someone climbing about 80 foot in the air, a kid, yeah. So you can imagine why they got called out. But yeah, good old freedom days, them, I believe. The best days we could have back in the 90s. Don't know if you agree, Matt.
Yeah, no, I used to have good fun with bikes in South Wales. I used to go up on the mountains and we drive, ride around for, great distance. And we were like going up steep slopes as well, and sort of like having to take them like sideways because you couldn't go straight up.
Yeah.
Because a bike could flip back on you. They're that steep.
Something we'll invite our next guest in, introduce our next guest. Probably we know what the 90s were.
Must be.
Hello, 2K.
Ah. Hello,
Oh, and Chelsea.
This is
That was shocking, wasn't it, Matt? That picture?
What, Chelsea?
No, the what's that picture?
The WhatsApp picture, yeah. Well, I don't know much about it, but yeah, you sent me a picture of some buses and stuff.
Yeah, can you remember when we went to that place and the woman thought you were security and we all jumped over the wall? Well, Chelsea and Mick got caught.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that place has just recently been burnt down.
Oh, no.
I was there, I loaded up Facebook and it come up and I was like, what?
Oh, right. That place, okay. I didn't actually go in it.
It wasn't like that a couple of months back. Me, Mick, and Chelsea went back and we managed to film the whole lot of it because it was all open. That's shocking.
Dear.
People are saying hello there, Dave, to you and Chelsea.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Dave, you were alive in the 90s, was you?
No, probably still a kid then. Probably.
Oh, so you was alive. So you might just remember a bit of it.
Like I was born, but
yeah.
1980.
88.
98.
He had 2 years before he turned 2K. Yeah, probably won't remember much.
How old are you
being
now?
out on your dirt bike and flying across the fields.
28.
Yeah.
28. Don't look a day over 40.
No, everyone always thinks I'm older than I am, but that's the moustache what does that.
97, 94. Yeah.
Mike says, Mick Spanner says you're 46.
He's older than anything. I just tried ringing Mick, but he just didn't answer.
Yeah, Mick. England.
Yeah. So you're a bit older than Dave then, Chelsea. He's your toy boy, your fluff on the side, is he?
Yeah, I'm 31.
Daniel's not youngest for once. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time down in Plymouth the other day, wasn't it? Managed to do quite a few locations.
Yeah, got them done.
Yeah, she was alright. I actually quite enjoyed it.
Oh, it's alright actually, wasn't it?
Can you leave us to it for 2 minutes while I nip to the boys' room?
Yeah, I got back at 4 in the morning?
Something like that, wasn't it? As soon as we got into Bristol.
Yeah, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I could see it getting light by the time I get back. I could just see the light starting to come on the horizon,
I walked in, my mate was like snoring his head off. I walked in and just passed out. I was like, no, I'm going to bed. yeah, it was alright actually.
Yeah, Squirrel Feet saying he's off his head in '98 in a field with lots of people. I think I probably was a few times as well. Yeah. Yeah. We used to hear about parties going on in certain areas, and you just drive there and you just listen. And then you could hear the beats, and then you'd work out it must be that direction. You'd end up getting to the party by sort of like being able to work it out by the sound.
Oh shit. That's mad. Yeah, I bought that. I've received that radio yesterday, so I put the battery in it, turned it on. So that's handy.
Better. Not
Oh,
about
you
you.
You just want. If you want the live, then carry on, Chelsea. If you want.
The Chelsea show. Welcome.
So, what videos have you put out recently? Then both here.
Just put the mechanics house out.
That's
Dreading how that's gonna go because Mick's had it removed like 4 times or 5 times.
Oh,
so we'll see how that goes now. That'll probably be another one removed.
Yeah, it's funny because I've never had any trouble with that video.
No, I named it totally something different. I went off the scale with that.
I put Bristol Sue out. I think it was Garden Hassan then Bristol Sue, I think.
Fucking mad. Slowly getting up to the backlog of videos and bringing them out now. I need to. Oh, that didn't work. I need to bring the backlog out, really.
Yeah, and DRS put his video of the Atlantic Hotel up earlier on, wasn't it?
Yeah. With me winding up the pod at the end for a little laugh. I couldn't leave that one alone. I just thought I'd wind it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to like free parties. Have you been to any raves, Dave, and Chelsea?
No.
Never been to any?
A bit of a clean bean. I haven't never been to any.
Oh my God.
The last one I got invited to, they kicked us out in the end. Yeah. It's because it's that Crosley House. They were having a rave later that night. Said, come back. Then it all kicked off, and yeah, basically, I didn't go to the rave then. Yeah, down Teaford House.
I've been to a few where the police came and got rough, and getting nasty with people. And I've seen them beating people up.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I went to one in Ross on Wye sort of way. And we were in this forest, and the police came, and they were walking around with cameras, pointing them in people's faces, and they were all looking like really stern, like
that's weird.
Like that. And then they said, "Leave. We want you to leave." And I said, "Yeah, but people are drunk." And they said, "Well, just leave." And I said, "Yeah, but if people leave and they're driving their cars, you're going to stop them the moment they leave the thing. So isn't it safer for people to stay here until they sober up before getting in the vehicle?" And they just went, "Just leave." So we did. We got in our car and drove off, and they didn't do anything to anybody. And there were people who were absolutely fucked out of their faces driving vehicles out of that party because the police were ordering people out. And yeah, which was really clever of them, to send people onto the road in that state.
Well, wouldn't it be part of the crime knowing they're sending people on the road in that state?
Well, if something went wrong, and everybody turned around as witnesses and said the police told us to leave, even though we were drunk, and they knew we'd be driving vehicles, and they told us to do it, they would be held to pay because it'd be like, well, the police told us to do it.
Yeah, it would be liable. Yeah.
There was today. I drove down to the milk machine down near Shepton Mallet.
They're called cows.
Milk
machines are called cows.
Oh yeah, I drove down to the milkshake machine today, and they was pulling vans off the road and fucking checking them over and cars and stuff. I was like, And some lorry driver flashed me before I hit the scene. He's like warning me. I'm just like, I'm just thinking,
yeah.
they're hardly going to pull the bike in. It's hardly they do that anyway. But it was just like they're pulling. You just see them pulling everyone in. I'm just like, this is why I love bikes a little bit. So they don't hardly look at them.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to pay for milk. You just get underneath the cow, grab its teat like that, just go like that, and you just get loads of free milk.
A milk machine, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard cows call that before.
I was going to say you get more free when you get someone pregnant. Get it for breast milk for free instead.
If looks can kill, I don't know.
I have heard it doesn't taste very nice, human breast milk.
I can definitely I tell you it don't actually.
Yeah.
I tried it, so it don't actually taste nice.
I'm not saying a word.
Just take some plastic bags and just sort of like pull on the teats and just fill up a couple of plastic bags.
Wow.
Yeah.
You right there, Charles? Got a bit awkward.
I believe it's the brown cows that deliver the milk ones, and the strawberry ones the pink cows that give out strawberry milk, and the yellow ones are the banana milk ones. Yeah.
Just drop water all over the bed. Fuck's sake. Fucking hell. How'd it go, right?
Me wet patch.
A new one. Oh.
The
What have you been up to? What have you been up to, you two?
The chocolate milk ones, they come from Africa, don't they? Those cows.
I don't know. What are the big long horned ones? Aren't they from Belgium or something with the gold wig on top?
Well, we've got horned ones. I mean, most cows have horns. We dehorn them, don't we?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the ones with the golden wig on top as well.
I know they've got those double, what do they call them? The double muscle ones that are like the super steroidal, like just absolute muscle bags. Those
Yeah.
are Belgian cows, I believe.
Wrangler
Yeah.
cows. Oh, that's where you get your big ones from. Yeah. Burger cows. Yeah. Aye. I don't know. That's what we get at Light Entertainment Tuesdays. Great, isn't it? Great fun.
Or you can just strap a goat on your back and put a pipe from its teats, and you just suck as you like when you go for a jog, you're feeling a bit like lacking of energy. You could just have a drink of goat's milk direct from the udders.
Yeah.
Just strap a goat on your back.
I don't think Nils can keep the straight face now.
Wiggled.
Trying to, anyway. Anyway, it's all good fun.
Yeah.
I wonder what dog milk tastes like.
Oh, don't know.
And pig milk. Wonder what that tastes like.
I don't know. I suppose if it tasted any good, they would have marketed by now, but market anything else, don't they?
Let's see whether the internet can help me find out the truth. What does dog's milk taste like? Here we go. It's got a sweet taste. It's smooth, thick, and creamy-like consistencies. Apparently it's considered to be less gamey than cat's milk.
Ew.
Let's have a look. What does pig's milk taste like? Let's find out.
Yeah. What? This one's put elephant milk and gorilla.
Yeah. Apparently it's very rich, creamy, and somewhat gamey. or earthy taste,
Ew.
often compared to a more intense version of goat's milk. It's thicker and higher in fat, around 8.5% higher than cow's milk,
Wow.
but it can also feel surprisingly watery.
How's
Some
Daniel got from elephant milk to Gorilla Glue?
some
We know where the
reports
Gorilla Glue comes from.
say that it tastes similar to condensed milk, like ultra sweet.
Okay.
Mm.
Does that mean you cut down your sugar if you have that on your cereal? You don't have to put sugar on.
Really?
Wonder what horse milk tastes like then. It's light, sweet, and slightly watery compared to cow's milk, with a mild, sometimes herbal or nutty, almond or chestnut flavour. It's got a very low fat content, and it's translucent and thin. Yeah. And it says when it's fermented, so this means people have collected it and tried this, it becomes sour and acidic and slightly alcoholic. No way.
Oh, Mick could be all right then. Mick
Yeah.
likes to drink. Mick, you drink it.
Take a minute.
Mm. Apparently, it makes a fizzy alcoholic drink if you ferment it. No way.
Interesting.
Mm.
I don't know.
Apparently,
I'm
it's easier
speechless. I don't even know we got here.
to digest than cow's milk.
It's
Yeah,
like you see, it's like you see. Where is it? I seen it on somewhere. As the guy was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna." No, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put the milk in the fridge for you," and then she put it in the fridge. She milked herself, put like the breast milk in the fridge, and then the husband went and drank it. Thought it was normal milk.
Mm.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I'm not like TikTok.
Yeah, I think it might be.
So you got any films coming out, you too?
Yeah, I've got films. What? Sorry.
Yeah, films. You got any films coming out?
What do you mean by videos?
Yeah, well, not your private videos. I mean, ones for
I was gonna do
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I got. I was like, what? I'm trying to push out all the old that I'm doing. I got so much. I'm trying to push it all out.
No, we don't talk about them films on live. We'll talk about that later on Facebook. Yeah. WhatsApp me.
Well, here we go then. Apparently, bat milk tastes the worst. Can you imagine how little milk you can get out of a bat to be able to taste it?
Yeah.
A dolphin milk apparently has a fishy odor, and it's oily, and it's not at all sweet. So it's not much good. And small rodents, such as mice and rats, apparently the milk tastes terrible.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Tastes cheesy.
I've just had to put the school out. Oh, that's shocking.
Didn't know
no.
dolphins did either produce milk.
Yeah, I got some of the old videos needs to be uploaded and pushed out at the moment. I've got 66 videos all stored on a hard drive.
Yeah, so we've got a fair few to put out.
Yeah,
Got
but
loads, haven't we?
we've had a good little run the last week because we had stuff pop up randomly, haven't we, Matt? Random stuff like fucking buildings that pop up randomly when we're not expecting it at the moment. So it's not actually been too bad last week either.
It's been actually quite decent.
Yeah, Daniel didn't know that bats produce milk. Well, yeah, they're mammals, aren't they? Bats. And mam, the word mam means mammary. Mammary, so they produce milk.
Joel's got a point there. Is that where the big cough came from? Who knows? Tasting unknown milks like that or whatever might carry on some sort of disease that no one knows of yet because they don't drink it as much.
Got some
You know what I mean? And that's why I'll stick with cow juice.
Mm.
With the Terminator 2000 milk machines.
Yes, hang on. Can I buy bat milk?
Oh my god, that was ripped straight through the
Can I
bottom.
buy bat milk?
Hmm.
No. It is not commercially harvested or for people to drink.
Yeah, health and safety reasons.
Mm.
I don't know, Matt, what'll happen now. You typing that in, they'll think, look, there's a lunatic typing this in. Let's go and nap him from his own safety. No one asks that type of question.
Yeah.
Lock him up quick.
Apparently, the milk that's closest to humans is donkey and horse milk. It's the most scientific closest to human breast milk in terms of protein structure and content.
Nah.
Mm.
Nah, I'm not having that.
Shocking.
That's
it's
yours coming out. No.
Camel's milk as well. It's easier to digest than cow's milk.
Hmm.
Some chance.
So that's curious now. The camel and milk. What would it be? 50-50 if they've got a calf? Because obviously they've got little humps to hold the water, haven't they? And they ain't got droopy tits underneath either. So how would they store it?
It
One
is in the tit. The tits are sort of at the back near the legs, I think, and it's got they don't stand out. You know, you can't really see them so much, but they are there. I think when they've had a young camel, whatever you call a young camel, a baby.
Yeah, I'm not getting into biology much, but what I mean is, don't they both need liquid? And how much of the camel's normal water would turn into the milk for the youngster? But obviously it needs its own water as the camel itself. So would it be like 50-50 worth, or how would it work?
Mm.
Understand what I'm saying? Because if you give all your milk to your calf, you won't be alive to survive because you'll be dehydrated yourself.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
don't you need to eat grass as well to make milk?
Well,
saying that, women don't eat grass. I know that.
No, I think it's just the body just generates it from your energy systems in the food that you're eating. You know, it doesn't matter what you're eating; it's just kind of gets produced from that. But it will make a difference on the taste. You know, based on what your kind of general diet is. But yeah, and apparently men can't breastfeed. Even transsexual men can't breastfeed because they're not really women.
No, they haven't got the glands to do it, have they?
Yeah.
The body
Even though they
can't
think
split.
they can, and they've had hormone replacements, they can't. So men can't breastfeed.
Comes from stored. Yeah.
Just trying to think.
Right, comes from the fat in the humps, not water.
Yeah.
So that's how it's done.
Mm.
Thank you, History Hunter, down under.
Mm. So when they're out there and they need extra food, they convert the fat back into energy. There we are. Yes, Urbexy converts glucose to lactose. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like I say, camels are in a weird situation in the heat and stuff like that, and sometimes don't go with water for ages. So yeah, I take it the body just adapts itself to certain situations, doesn't it?
Mm.
Interesting. No.
Very.
Very interesting.
I wonder what does seal milk taste like then?
Probably salty.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
all the salt, like
I'll say, Josh, you know about salty, don't you?
Apparently, seal milk is incredibly rich and fatty, and has a rich, thick, creamy texture, but it has a distinct, pungent, fishy, or oily taste. Sometimes has over 60% fat, and it has a consistency rather like heavy ice cream or melted ice cream rather than liquid milk.
double whipped cream or something.
I don't know, so.
How do you milk a seal?
Richard there.
Because I mean, I've never seen it like a seal pup like feeding off its mother. It's just something I've never seen in a documentary. So it's like where exactly are the mammary glands on a seal?
Different.
I know you don't think of these questions, do you, when you're watching programs like that, really?
Yeah.
I don't know how it all came about from a milk machine to all this.
Yeah.
We're turning it into a biology lesson now.
I think it's kind of hidden inside. I'm looking at a photo. It's like hidden inside them, seals, and then they just have like two little openings. And yeah.
What about kangaroo milk?
Yeah, that would be a weird one because you'd have to like milk it by sticking your hand inside the thing, inside the pouch, because it's actually inside the pouch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it would be, yeah. Because that's where the kangaroos are.
What does kangaroo milk taste like? It's similar to cow's milk, but it's got bright, fresh, grassy aromas, subtle hints of eucalyptus and floral tones, and a light smoky aftertaste.
With a bounce to it.
Mm.
Okay.
It says it's hard to produce on a commercial scale. Oh dear.
Someone just, Dazzy just said, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Hope you're all well. Yep. Not too bad. Andrew, North Wales. Cool. Nice to see you, mate. Welcome in.
I didn't realise it says here that kangaroos are mostly nocturnal and they sleep in shade during the day. I didn't realise that. I thought they were running around in the daytime, but apparently no, they're mostly running around in the nighttime.
You've been watching too much Skippy, haven't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, that Skippy was
Daylight one. All
daylight
time.
one. Yeah.
But saying that,
Oh.
Jaws is like, every shark's dangerous since Jaws.
Mm.
And like you say, Skipper was daytime, so everyone must think it's daytime because I thought they were daytime.
That means then sharks would have milk and stuff then, isn't it? I would have thought.
No, sharks are fish, so they don't
carry any of it.
They don't have milk, no.
No.
I'm looking at a photo here of a joey drinking milk from its mother, but it's actually outside the pouch. So, yeah, their teats must grow inside the pouch, and then they can still drink. But it's like, yeah, weird. Didn't even know that.
Wow.
Learned something new.
Colonel's in the house. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Colonel.
Do you want to hear some bad news?
Things are almost active at dusk, hence why they get hit a lot with cars.
Go on then.
So I pulled out my laptop out of the bag the other day, and I found out I've got a mark on the Mac, and I didn't realise the paint's come off.
Well, that's good news because everyone hates Mac.
That's like £2.5 grand down the drain.
Yo.
But I've got insurance, so I can cover on that accidental damage anyway. Because I got key number 9 showing a light underneath anyway. Because obviously that needs to be replaced. But
2.5 grand for a machine that'll last you 2 or 3 years and then becomes out of date and you have to get rid of anyway.
yeah. But yeah, I've got marks all over the body at the moment. I didn't know about it not till I pulled it out. I was like, for fuck's sake.
A lot of firms do that as well. Upgrading the systems every 2 years, no matter what,
Yeah.
and throw out the old equipment they've got, even though it's working. A lot of electrical equipment as well, good working
Yeah.
order.
I've noticed that.
And because it's like you say, laptops or whatever, they've got to get demolished or wiped or whatever, done the proper way so they can't be used back on the market. But it just shows that it's a buy one and get one every couple of years, isn't it? With the technology these days, disposable waste,
Yeah.
and that's what all the waste is coming from.
I've got 3 years on this anyway, so I'm not worried as much. But my last one, screen died on me, so got it replaced though for free, but it's not a point.
Yeah,
Anyway.
once it's down though, you're like stuck, aren't you?
Yeah.
I would be with my computer if that went down. I'd be like, oh,
I literally got it straight out the box. Honestly, no joke. I got it out the box. I ordered it on finance. I got it out the box, opened it all up, set it all up. I was there just Googling on like Facebook. Next minute, the screen went all different colors. I was like, what the hell? And so I rang out. I was like, well, put it in, but I put a screen on, and they quoted £1 grand for a new screen. But they fitted it for free as it's underneath warranty. And then I got rid of it then.
I don't know about that. Pocket 4, is it out? I've not heard about it getting released. Have you, Matt?
Pocket 4 is out.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, yeah. I've not heard it being released.
Yeah. No, some of the reviews I've seen of it, they said if you've got a Pocket 3, there's no real point, in upgrading because there's not really any difference apart from it can do some higher frame rates, like, slow, ultra slow photography and stuff like that. But I mean, effectively, it's still the same
Camera.
sensor, still the same sensor, still the same film quality. It still shoots the same in the dark. Apparently, they say it's 2 stops brighter. But I mean, I looked at like side-by-side nighttime footage, and it's like, you can't tell. You really can't tell. So, yeah.
When was that released? Early this month? Beginning of the month, was it?
And Kernow don't get GoPro, right?
No,
They're overheating monsters. They overheat, they shut off, they corrupt your files. And they've always been low quality. And if they're trying to catch up now, I wouldn't get involved, mate. I mean, they burn through batteries as well.
I go for the action camera. That's a DJI one.
Yeah, DJI
Action
quality.
4,
Action 5. Yeah, I mean, it's got a bigger sensor. The Action 4 and Action 5 got much bigger sensor, working better in low light. They're cheaper. Yeah, forget it. And I mean, they don't crash, they don't overheat, they stay cool when they film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say go for the Action Pocket, because
GoPro.
I don't really have much use for cameras or nothing. I've got a DJI drone, which I'm happy with the quality of. Never let me down. And also my DJI Pocket. This is my second Pocket now. And I only upgraded from the first one to the third one because it broke about 3 years after having it. So the quality is 100% there, and that's what I recommend all day long. Is the quality that I go with. I can recommend what I know and which I used, and that's my own honest opinion.
Yeah.
Like I've heard from other people from GoPro. Yeah, it was first great when it first came out, but they've not really kept up with the market, and too many problems, like Matt says.
I'll be back now.
He'll be back.
I can agree with you on that, Will, because I used to have a GoPro. I just got filming, and then next minute, say our SD card failed or SD card, it would say the camera is loading, and I'm just like, what? Been there, had that.
Yeah. When I was like started YouTube, a lot of people were saying, "Yeah, get the GoPro and stuff like that." But when I was looking at the quality, I thought the quality is not great. Fair enough, it's probably the early ones I was looking at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Version 1 or 2, but it's just wasn't there. But when the Pocket came out and it was all smooth and gimbaled, I thought the quality in that compared to like a mobile phone just moving it about,
Yeah.
it's a lot better, and I never looked back.
Yeah, no, I definitely like. I would never buy a GoPro again now. Not that. It's just not after what's happened in the past. It's too
Yeah.
much.
GoPro couldn't even make a drone without it failing, and they had to withdraw them all. I mean, they just don't seem like they've got the technological know-how. I mean, it was a good idea when it first appeared, but you know, all the iterations they brought along, and like very little actually changed in
Progress.
them. You know, about the biggest thing was that it had like a slight anti-shake mode, you know, so it could film a little bit, you know, but if you turn the camera too much, then it would introduce shake again, you know. It wasn't really going to help you, but yeah. I mean, if you must insist on getting an action cam, it's got to be a DJI Action 4 or 5, really.
Yeah. Everyone was trying to get me off GoPro for ages. I think you tried, didn't you, Matt, as well? I made
That's
did.
true.
What's that?
Give
The
me like hints to saying get rid of the GoPro and get a Pocket and stuff. I think I had it
Yeah.
from you and Matt,
Yeah.
you and Mick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's the only thing about the Pocket 3, like Andrew's saying there, it's not waterproof. If it was that as well, it'll be ultimate. If you could just take it under water instantly with all the gimbal and just use it as it is. But obviously, yeah, it's not.
I think you can get a case for it, can you?
there is an
You can,
underwater
but it's not the
case.
same.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what you're trying to do, really. I mean, if you're doing like action sports and things like that, then yeah, you want a sort of little camera that sticks on you somewhere. Then you get an action cam. But I mean, if you're into doing what we do and you want smooth filming, you want something that's got a gimbal on it, really. And I mean, there's not much out there that can beat the GoPro. Apparently, though, there is another brand that's a rebrand of the DJI, and apparently it's like feature for feature. It is just it's a DJI Pocket, but I think they're a little bit cheaper. Yeah. So, but there's a knockoff brand, and I don't know whether DJI have done this because they're not allowed to sell in certain markets, so they've kind of produced under a different name to kind of get around the import restrictions.
Yeah, I get your marketing ploy.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop to the shop in a minute. Catch you in a bit.
Okay, see you in a bit. Sweetie time. Need sweeties.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, there's lots of different gimbals you can get. You know, that you can put a DJI action cam on, and you can basically give yourself something that's almost like using the Pocket 3. You know, because you can get gimbals that you stick one of those on, so it's kind of like having a stabilized thing, and then you just pop it off, and it is waterproof. So you could do that, take it off, and use it with something else. So if you were that way inclined, you know, you could do it that way. But Yeah. I just love my Pocket 3. It's the, you know,
Yeah, I think
so
it's one of the best things I bought.
yeah,
Convenience and everything.
yeah. And I mean, you know, you can put the radio mic on them as well. You know, you just get a little radio mic, or if you buy the Creator combo, it comes with the radio mic, but you could buy it later on and just pair it up and use a radio mic. So you can keep that on yourself with a little furry thing to get round the wind problems if you want to do it that way. And I've got mine. I very rarely turn it on. I should do. I keep it there now on a springy for the thing, and I put it in my pocket and I never really turn it on. I just kind of you know, use the internal mics. But do get a bit windy sometimes and you get that noise, but I just kill that when I'm editing. I just turn on the noise cancelling feature in
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve.
I think they could have made the Pocket 3 or all pockets waterproof to a certain extent. But no way you can just stick it under about a foot or something and use it like that. I think they could have, but it'd cost them a lot more money with the new seals and the design of it, and basically to sort it all out, and that's why they've not done it. But when the Pocket came out the first time, it was so cheap and for what it was. I thought, why buy a gimbal than buy a camera or buy a phone for the gimbal when you just buy the whole thing built into one? And I've heard a lot of people buying gimbals and pardon me, the battery dies or it goes into a spasm mode or something where it's just flakes out and doesn't do what it needs to do, and you've got to calibrate them as well. So I think are the gimbals on the way out? The handheld ones, unbuilt ones, is the need for them now? I know there's some heavy cameras out there and stuff that do need special gimbals and stuff like that, but for what we do, I don't think that there's no need for a gimbal, a camera, a big light, then a microphone on top, and then it's basically walking around with like a size of a laptop thing in your hand, if you know what I mean, all put
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Mike's saying DJI Action 7's out soon. Yeah.
Yeah, they are funny money, especially like you say for proper big size cameras and stuff. But do you want to walk down the street with something as big as a laptop while you're supposed to be filming and it'll look like a documentary? Or do you want to do it a bit more discreet and walk down the road like a mobile phone or something? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for the same effect. I don't think there is a need for much of the gimbals no more compared with what you've got on the market with the DJI Pocket. Don't get me wrong, I don't reckon it's the best camera ever. The picture quality itself, when you're taking pictures, isn't the best. But for with the price of it and the quality and what you get built into it, it does hell of a lot more than your phone probably can do because it's got gimbal built in, and I don't know, you just so many different features, and it's better quality than most phones or was back in the day. And yeah, it's just I don't know, just convenient, like you say, just folds up and straight in your pocket instantly.
Yeah. History Hunter, I just wouldn't trust GoPro. I just don't trust them. You know, they're just they've let people down so many times, you know, with their sort of like crashy stuff, battery issues, you know, burning through batteries and stuff. You know, I wouldn't trust them, you know, and I certainly wouldn't give them my money, you know, because they've screwed up too many times. You know, there are companies out there that have produced really high quality stuff that doesn't get hot, that films for hours, and GoPro are just like, no, we don't care about that because we know that you're only meant to be filming like your bike ride, which is only going to take 10 minutes. So they just don't seem to care about it. It's just like not on their radar, you know. And I just don't see them being able to produce anything that's going to catch up with DJI stuff. So, nah.
Do you reckon the gimbal it will be worked out eventually, wiped out down to new camera stuff being built in gimbals and stuff like that already? Do you reckon
I
that's the
think
new technology built in gimbals to the camera or phone, or I don't know? Maybe the phone itself's got a bit of a gimbal built into it, top corner or something. No way.
well, somebody did actually produce a phone that had a bit of a gimbal in it, but it was a bit of a gimmick and it wasn't brilliant quality. I think gimbals are going to be around for a while, and it's definitely the best way to get the stabilization. And you know, bigger cameras require gimbals. You know, like they really do need gimbals, and it's wiped out the Steadicam market. You know, that it's kind of taken over now. So
Yeah. That's it with the technology these days. It's like a gimbal built into the software, a lot of the phones. And that's why a lot of phones are more steadier when you're filming these days.
And the thing is as well, even if you've got an extremely heavy camera, you're still going to use a gimbal, but you're going to use it on a Steadicam arm. Because the way you have to manipulate a Steadicam is with your fingers. And it's kind of like an art form to kind of get it right so that you don't wobble it, you know, because you can still kind of with your fingers, you can cock it up, you can overcook it. And so, yeah, I think it's still going to be something that we see being used for the foreseeable future, but it's going to probably get better. You know, they're going to find new ways to do it, you know, even better ways.
And have you still got a potato peeler?
Me?
Yeah.
What's a potato peeler?
To peel potatoes?
No.
No.
I don't peel potatoes. I buy them pre-peeled in packets.
Yeah. That's another technology that's going out of fashion, I think. And ask any modern kid, they'll say, what's a potato peeler, like you said?
Mm.
Can you think of any other technology devices that are getting wiped out by technology slowly? A tin opener?
Yeah, people still use tin openers because not all tins are like a pull ring on them.
Not all at the moment, but do you reckon the tin openers will be a day they'll be ceased?
I think that probably everyone's going to go across to pull things, and there may be a day when, yeah, there isn't a need for tin openers, but an abrasive peeler. What's that then?
In a grate or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Voicemail.
An old tin opener from the 1950s. Ration pack. It still does a good job. That's it. If you've got a modern day one where you stick it in the device and it spins round, the electric ones or whatever, that could break down. But like it says, one from 1950s is always working. Yeah, that's another one. Yellow Pages. That's gone obsolete now, isn't it? Something that you don't see in your house.
I think if you're with BT or some of them, they do send you out some sort of like small, really small edition, but nobody wants to advertise with Yellow Pages because it's a bloody rip-off for a start, and they were always cocking people around with their yell. Because I mean, like I advertised with them once, and I never had a single phone call for any business with it at all. Absolute waste of time. And so I rang the number and asked for people who were doing like video services in my area, and they were giving me companies in London. And I was saying, oh yeah, but like, have you got any in Devizes? And they're like, no, we got this company in London, and we got this one in Reading, and we got this another one in London. And it was like, oh, so none in Devizes then? No. So you're paying for that service, and they never gave it. It was just absolute shit. So I just figured that it was like, these companies were paying to take all the business. So they were paying for preferential, kind of for all the calls to go through to them. Bloody Freemasons.
Yeah, phone booths is another one that going out of fashion.
Yeah.
Converted to all sorts. He's saying 2019, the last Yellow Pages. Saying that, I remember one back in the day, I think it was the 80s, when you first get your phone, you look in the phone book, don't you, see if your name's there, and if it's not there, you're disappointed. Can you remember doing that, Matt, back in the day?
Yeah, many years ago, I can remember our phone number being in the phone book. I mean, these days you want to find a phone number and they want to charge you money for bloody using 192, don't they, to find a bloody phone number? Cheeky bastards.
That's it. There's public toilets these days. That's it, because they close the public toilets down and they have to go somewhere. And no one uses their phones now because everyone's got mobiles, and yeah, that's what it's sort of like turned into as well.
Well, you notice a lot of garages are becoming pay at pump with your card now, and they're becoming 24/7. You can pay, and that maybe you'll see more garages just shutting down the shops and just going to doing that.
Yeah, but everyone can't really do that. What about people who are on benefits? Because I believe if you pay on your card, they'll take £100 out of your account, don't they? As safety first, and then they refund it. But by that time, you might have bills that are supposed to go out by then, and then you get more bills on top of that for not paying.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Actually, the way it works, because that was the old system that before they kind of like realized that people were complaining about it too much. They used to take the money out of your account and then it would go back in, and it used to put people over their limits. Now what it does is it ring marks, but it doesn't sort of like take the money. So it goes straight, whatever you haven't paid for goes straight back in. It's like
it's on a depending situation. It says like status or something.
Yeah,
we've got like this money just in case, but obviously if you don't spend it all, you got it goes straight back to you. But it's in a holding account for a few minutes or whatever till the transaction's been done.
Until once you put the pump back, that's immediately released. So
possibly should sort of advertise a bit more than the pumps and stuff like that, because a lot of people don't go there because of that one reason, I say.
Bloody hell, Urbexy, really? I thought they'd take the money out straight away. He took it out 3 months after he used it. Got his fuel. That's a bloody joke.
Wow, 3 months, yeah.
You
wouldn't expect him to be able to do that, would you?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you can't even budget then if they're doing it up to 3 months.
Yeah. So one thing might eventually disappear is going to be petrol and diesel cars on the road, but not for quite the foreseeable future, I don't think. But one day.
No, they tried getting rid of the recently by pushing the electric ones, but like you say, a lot of people found out there's nothing really great about them apart from the devaluation cost and inconvenience. And for the people who do find them working out for them, all the best for them. But they would have had the cars that would have been kept on their drives for years and years and used for years and years and cost them a lot less than it would have finding one of these electric cars. Because they're the type of people who go out and buy another old car instead of a brand new one, I'd say. Or they could even go out and buy a brand new one back in the day and just use it for like Sunday driving or whatever. And just, you know what I mean? It'll just work out a hell of a lot cheaper. Where with the electric ones now, they think, oh yeah, it's not too bad because they only go out on Sundays or whatever or short journeys. So it seems like it's beneficial for them, but obviously it's cost them a lot more than a normal car would have because it's new technology and then depreciation and then your risk of fire hazards. And I know you get fire hazards on normal cars and stuff, but after 100 years of us dealing with electric and petrol together, a combination of explosives basically, it works hell of a lot better than these electric cars where you just park them up next thing. Even if it's not your car, the car can go booming next to you with the batteries that I dodge you. If it's a breaker or something that flies up off the road and damages the battery without them knowing.
Mm.
These days, just imagine trying to get permission for like a place where you go to a corner on a street and then you fill it with this flammable liquid to run your vehicle. It sounds mad, but 100 years ago, that's what it was, and we got used to living like that.
Well, I just
And
don't think on the trajectory we're on at the moment, with the losses that people are having to, suffer buying electric vehicles, the money that gets lost on them is like people are just kind of deciding it's not a good thing, and having to sit there for all that time to wait for your car to charge up. I mean, people who jumped into it thinking, oh, this is going to be great, and then they're like, no, it's not really that great. And it costs about 7 times more to charge when you're at a petrol station than it does to charge at your house. So it's all a complete rip-off, really. I mean, like 60 pence a kilowatt hour, and it's like, what, 14 pence in your house? I mean, that's a lot more, money to charge. And, it's, as Tom on a Mission says, until the battery technology really changes so that you can charge up in 10 minutes maximum, right? Because people are not going to be wanting to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours sitting there waiting for their bloody car to charge to do the next leg of a journey. It's just like nobody's going to want to do it. So,
yeah, is it a big what is it, conspiracy where it's saying 15-minute cities? Is that what they're all trying to get to now? You know what I mean, in a way. But obviously, if they go to make longer distance traveling in electric cars, where you can range is 300 miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It defeats the object of 3-mile city or whatever they call it.
And Dinkum Aussie, he's saying electric cars, you can't repair them yourself, and if the company goes bust, you can't like modify things on them. So there's going to have to be laws brought in to make people able to actually fix these things, because the companies are keeping such a tight control over them at the moment. I mean, that's going to piss people off.
That's it. There'd have to be some sort of jailbreak illegal system where you've got to write down a right to download it and operate it on yourself on the certain cars, because like you were saying, a lot of Japanese cars at the moment have gone out of business and you can't get the parts back or any service. And if
Yeah.
there's no apps and it's all run through an app and the app goes down, that means you sat there with a paperweight. Well
And
known
as
unknowns in the house.
Scoobs mentions the interesting point as well about the infrastructure. We just don't have the electric infrastructure to charge all these cars. And they're not building any new sort of gas-fired power stations. And they're not building enough. They've got like one down in Western-super-Mare. There's one nuclear power station is being built, in the UK. Well, by now, if they want everybody by 2035 to be driving around in electric cars, the amount of nuclear power stations that it should be building to cover this, right, or the amount of renewables, which are not reliable, but they should be sort of like springing up nuclear power stations all over the UK, and they're not doing it. So this is just a dream which is going to fall flat on its face when they can't actually, provide the power to charge these things.
Yeah, I think Urbex has got it right there in a way. It's consumers wants in the past, but now it's what's being pushed to you. Because you're taking out all the other options and you only got the electric if you need a car in the future.
And it's not practical, and it is being pushed, like Urbexy says, it's being pushed by government mandate rather than what's practical and what people want, Dinkum, for example, lives in a country whereby the distances are so vast across, to get from A to B, that there's no way you're going to be able to kind of like keep stopping to charge up your bloody vehicle, because you're going to be in the middle of bloody nowhere, and where's these electric points going to be in the middle of nowhere?
Well, suppose in Australia you could have solar powered cars in a way, but will they charge up enough battery to keep you going all that distance? I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would help to top up the battery a bit if it's not being used. But obviously, you want to use your car and not just sit there getting it topped up.
Yeah. Yeah. Explore Norfolk says, plot twist. I don't believe they have any intention of building them, as ultimately they do not want the normal average Joe to have a car, as in Judge Dredd style city hives. Yeah.
Yeah. Outpricing everyone through insurance, and they're not pushing regulations out to make the cars less hackable and stealable. You know what I mean? They're not really bothered. They just rather make money, and then say, oh, it's only for the elite people who can actually afford it, or to actually have them. But don't you reckon it started? Well, I know we don't do politics really on this YouTube channel, but don't you reckon it started when we started selling our infrastructure off and relying on other companies for gas, electric, and stuff like that, oil? Because at the end of the day, we've got enough oil field there we don't use. We make oil rigs and send them out to different countries and stuff like that. And if, like, say there's a major war going on and boats can't get past certain things, and then we're all screwed because we're on a little island with no means of supporting ourselves. But if the infrastructure was there in the process all this time and being kept up, like i.e. fossil fuels, oil fields, steel plants and stuff like that, our own industrial engineering would be a lot stronger. Our country would be itself in looking after itself instead of depending on other countries. That's where I think it started going wrong back in the 80s when we sold off the our infrastructure to foreign companies.
Yeah, who've now started charging us ridiculous amounts of money for our electric. I mean, we're buying electric from France, from companies that they've got loads of nuclear power stations in France, and we're buying our electric and we're paying through the bloody nose for it. You know, because Britain is like, oh, well, we don't want to get involved in that because it's getting your hands dirty with business and money, and we don't really want to do it. And it's like, so everyone suffers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should be producing our own gas and oil, because look at what's happened now with this stupid nonsense that's going over in with Iran. And I mean, you know, look what they managed to do to us, and we had no fallback position. You know, everyone was relying on that third world country to kind of, you know, supply us with oil, and you know the Gulf states to supply us with oil. And when it goes wrong, or if they decide that, oh, we're not going to give you oil anymore, we're screwed. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. The older cars, you can't really beat them, I don't think.
And
I
you
know
think
a lot
that?
of-
Oh, sorry.
I know a lot of older cars, what people say older cars are now, 91 onwards, have got computers built into them. But even them ones are still a lot easier, and you can deal with the newer ones because everything's linked up to other computers that need talking to each other, and the actual garage labour and garage know-how on older cars and engines is a lot more than you can learn than on a computer, because the time on experience working on engines, you can find out what it is straight away just by listening to it. Know what I mean? Where these days you got to put the computer on, and even in the old time mechanics will say it sounds like this, but because it's the sensors that are thrown out, it makes it sound like it's that problem in the first place when it's not, because it's just down to a sensor that didn't need to be there in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd imagine with this current crisis that Britain would be saying, "Oh yeah, right. Let's actually go back to, you know, sort of getting these oil fields running then, and let's build some new power stations because we don't want to get into this energy dependency problem." And nope, not a word about it. No.
Heating oil there. Well, can't you use rapeseed oil? Can't use that as a heating oil? Because a
Well, you
lot of
can put-
farmers do rapeseed, but they sell it off for different things. So couldn't they make heating oil out of that for the farmers? And if they make it their own selves, can't they just make their own fuel for themselves and get away that way without VAT? You'd think you'd be able to, because it's supporting the country. You know what I mean? It's things like that should be opened up to the idea of the politics that will help the future of the country, that will keep things going, and hopefully a lot of things like that for farmers and stuff will help support them so as much as they can. They won't have to have benefits handed out to them from the council no more, because they're more self-constructed in themselves, reliable on themselves, like England should have been back in the day, or we was. But because
Well,
we gave all our infrastructure away, or rely on other people to do it for us now, it's not there. And I believe farmers can't grow their own potatoes. You've got to buy certain seeds off certain people and to produce certain things. It's all copyrighted seeds these days, and yeah, that's where they hold you, because people say, why it costs you so much seeds when they come free once you grow the things itself, because they're growing them without seeds, because they're being specially modified to sell the seeds that don't produce new seeds on the crops, so therefore the farmers have got to buy it from the wholesalers. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it, if you think about it?
well, we've got lots of land we don't use to grow stuff, and if you look at a country like Brazil, they've actually switched from using gasoline to using stuff they grow in the fields. They produce all of their fuel from plants, and then they turn it into stuff they can run vehicles with,
Yeah.
which replaces petrol and replaces diesel. And they won't touch any of this stuff. So, I mean, they're not feeling the pinch at all. I mean, if you talk about a country that's not been affected by any of this stuff, it's going to be Brazil, because in Brazil they grow their own stuff, so they haven't been affected at all. So, you know, they're a country that basically said, look, the prices of fuel is so expensive, we're just going to make our own. And they said, we're getting out of this kind of like buying gasoline from these countries and, you know, relying on America and the Middle East and all that. We're just going to do it ourselves. And they totally broke away. And other countries could do exactly the same. They could follow that example and be producing their own fuels, but they don't want to do it because it's kind of like, oh, don't pretend like Brazil doesn't exist. Don't talk about it. Because if we talk about it or look at it, then we've got to acknowledge that it works. And therefore we could do it too. No, we want to keep buying oil because we've got secret deals with these companies and we want to keep the money flowing in a certain direction to certain people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. God, Dave's trip to the shops took a while, didn't it?
Aye. It's not back yet. Aye. Well, yeah, I think that's what's happened. And if the country was more on its own feet, more infrastructures there, our own infrastructure was there, would be a lot better as a country and more independent. Know what I mean? We wouldn't be panicking as much as everyone is at the moment. But like you say, Matt, there's countries out there where they got fields and obviously they're using it to make money instead of just selling it off to the electric board. And where's that go? The electric board onto the grid, and then people's got to buy it then. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a catch-22. I know it's the same thing if you're growing food there or whatever, but it's not the same, is it? Because the electric is not theirs. It's a different. It's going again for a different firm or a different place. If you know what I mean, it's not for the locals or whatever. It's not for local businesses. They don't see the actual benefits of doing it themselves because they've been contracted by other people to do it for them, sort of way. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but how to explain it? I can't explain it all, but you understand what I mean in a way.
Yeah. I mean, most of the clever technologies have gone out of the UK. We can invent stuff, but then it all gets made in other countries.
Yeah.
You know,
Weren't we the ones who made the Manhattan Project happen? We went to see that place where they were doing mustard gas.
yeah. Well, we were developing nuclear weapons in the UK before I believe they were starting on it in America.
The US, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, even prior to that, they were starting on it in Germany in World War II. And if they succeeded in that, I mean, it would have been game over because they would have just nuked various countries into submission. But luckily, Hitler didn't really think very much of the idea. So it was kind of like bubbling away in the background, but it hadn't been given a hell of a lot of attention. But we went in and bombed the factory where they had the heavy water because they were actually getting into the nuclear stuff. So, yeah. Yes, I know that Nick Pope passed away. It was very sad. Yes. Yeah. But I don't know. It just seems like everything in the UK, we just looking for ways to give money to other people, other countries, rather than, you know, keeping it in-house.
That's it. When they said the big cough was over, it left a big hole in our nation's pocket, yeah? But as soon as a big tsunami or an earthquake hits somewhere, we're sending in millions. Where's that money come from if we can't afford to fix our own infrastructure, but
Yeah.
we can just somehow donate millions to people of a different country. I know they might need it, but aren't we in a big hole debt with billions of billions of pounds missing? Yeah, not being funny or anything, but don't people say charity starts at home?
Yeah. And the only thing we seem to be good at is building houses to put immigrants in, you know? Yeah.
I'm saying,
We're really
that.
good at that. Really good at that because, again, that's a way of just destroying the UK, which I'm sure ultimately is what, these people have got at heart, is a ways of getting things not done by us and done by other people and bringing other people in to do things,
But
instead
saying
of
that,
concentrating
these
on
days,
us.
some of the houses they build are poor quality, and they knock the better houses down to build the crappier ones.
Yeah. I mean, they're talking about renewable energy. Do we make the solar panels? No. Do we make the wind turbines? No. So you'd imagine, considering we're saying no, we've got to concentrate on this, that there'd be factories where they're actually building the blades and building the motors and building, all that.
For it, and yeah.
No. Everything we do, we buy in from somewhere else. It's like, we can't build anything. All these barges coming across with these wind turbines coming across on boats. It's like, no, we can't even do that.
So if we want to build a bridge over there, we've got to import the steel.
Yeah.
Where England was one of the best steel manufacturers in the world at one point. Know what I mean? Sheffield was known for it, especially.
Well, we overtax, don't we? We tax everything to death. So it's cheaper to buy from abroad. Everything's taxed. We're taxed. VAT. Companies get taxed.
Not just that though, because I was talking to some guy who used to do run an engineering firm, and just talking about the good old days, and basically it was an old man and house who was looking, and he was going on about the infrastructure, how manufacture sold the steelworks off, privatised it and sold it off. I said, so what happened then? Was your books sold down or what? And that's why I was selling it. He went, no, our books was overwhelming with orders, but because she's sold the contract to European countries or whatever through the EU, to take all on the contracts or whatever, they've had to give up the manufacturing of what they've done over there. And that's happened to a lot of firms, I heard. And that's why a lot of English firms that have gone bust now, that were around for donkeys back from the 80s, that were well known and not about no more.
And you get these slimy companies like Dyson, who used to produce in the UK, and then they went, no, we're going to move it all over to China, because then we can still charge you the same amount of money for the devices, but the profit margins are going to be massive then. So no, we're not going to, even though we could make them in the UK, we're not going to. So that's a real fuck you to all the people who'd helped build these factories for Dyson and build all this technology and build all this stuff. And then they go, nah, we're just greedy now. Fuck it. We just fucking get the Chinese to do it. You're all sacked. Sorry. Bye.
Yeah. And what I do miss is people on tills, no shopping tills, on the supermarket tills. Because they get to know you. Each time you go in, they get to know your face and all this. Pardon me, where the machine, yeah, fair enough, it gets to know your face. Just in case it thinks you're not paid, then they can flag it up next time you're bad or whatever. They don't get to know you personally or out like that. And for old people who don't get out there often and they go into a machine, there's no interaction for them. That might be the only interaction they've got is talking to a supermarket person. Know what I mean? at the checkout, and sometimes they have a quick word or whatever, and people are okay with that, standing in the queue for that. And I'd rather have people like that and the machine saying, "Yeah, don't forget to take your ticket, your uh, receipt, and you got to scan your way out before we let you out." What? What's all that? I came here to spend money, and you're holding me ransom now for not showing you my bleeding receipt that I don't want and try to save on the planet anyway by not pressing receipt. And if you've
Yeah,
got
what,
two things in your hand anyway, how are you got to pick the receipt up and use it and scan it?
what about all these car companies that used to produce cars in the UK? And they might have been foreign owned, but they were producing in the UK, like Ford, Vauxhall, and all that's shut down now. So where's that stuff coming from? It's coming from Europe, or it's coming
It's
from the
because
States,
they
or
could
it's
get
coming from
steel and
yeah,
stuff like that. All the stuff they could get over here, they couldn't get it no more, and the prices went up because it was going to a different country and cheaper countries because we gave all our invoice books away. You know what I mean? For people to get our contracts from the British, and then obviously the British got to go and contract through them then, and vice versa, and everything goes back up. And
yeah.
all the car manufacturers have gone. TVR, McLaren, that was English as well, wasn't it? There's quite a few that have been out there. Triumph, that's another English company. Austin, well, some can question Austin really and Rover, but some of the cars they made were good, and back in the day, they were comfy. Might have not lasted long with the rust, but that's just down to cutting costs, really. If they kept on with the good work and making sure the paint quality was right and just kept up with the quality, I'm sure they'd have got through there a lot better than they did. Ended up in Russia, yeah. A lot of British firms have been bought out and ended up abroad.
Yeah. I mean, most Vauxhalls now are made in Europe, Germany, Spain, and Poland.
Yeah, I must admit, the Vauxhall Nova that was made in the 80s to early 2000, 1990s, was made in Spain, I believe. Yeah, the early ones.
Yeah.
And you can get parts from over there, I believe, for them still.
I mean, Ford's, most of the car bodies and everything are made in America, Romania, Spain, Germany, but we still got an engine plant in London. But that's it. Everything else is closed down.
Yeah, you went to one in Liverpool, didn't you? Was it that one? That was a
No.
Ford factory, wasn't it?
No, we went to one in Bridgend.
Bridgend.
Yeah.
That was a Ford engine factory, just to making engines, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, well, engines and body parts, I believe. But the Honda factory, we visited that, got knocked down. That was in Swindon. That's gone.
Yeah.
You know.
But England used to be making hell of a lot of stuff over there. It used to be a major engineering factor of the country.
Yeah.
Infrastructure of the country, the foundations of the country was based on manufacturing in England back in the day. Steam trains, anything steam, England built. Yeah, everyone wanted it. Built British it means something back in the day. The quality and all that, it was over engineered at times.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff.
Ford Transits are made in Turkey.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Britain's just like, nah, we don't want to do anything anymore. Nah, we just buy it in from somewhere else.
That's it. We're relying too much on other people where we should be independent, because we're an independent island, and we should be able to cope of our own island and live off our own island what we need. Yeah, and I'm going in 2 minutes. Wow, it's gone that
Yeah.
time already. It's gone 2 hours, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I've not gave you a warning this week. Yeah. So we'll stay on there for a couple of more minutes, so everyone can say goodbyes and love yous and love messages in the chat, like you all do every week. And yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight, and hopefully catch you next week. And stay safe till then. And yeah, enjoy the videos that are coming out this weekend or during the week with Matt and myself and other people you watch. And if you can, let us know about Stockport if you're up for the trip, and if you want to, drop us a message after the live chat on the comments, and yeah, I'll contact you back and we'll go from there.
One good
you,
thing
Matt.
is as everything shuts down, there's more for us to explore.
That's true, very true, yeah. But yeah, you got anything to say or add or anything that you need to say or anything?
Apart from goodbye, no, nothing.
So that's a goodbye from him, and that's a goodbye from me.
Bye.
Bye bye. Catch you all soon,
Cheers.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thanks very much.